December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy aircraft take off on a routine training flight, but they never return. No crash, no wreckage, no distress signals. They just vanish. This is the story of Flight 19, one of the greatest aviation mysteries in American history. How could 5 planes simply disappear? Was it human error, equipment failure, or did they encounter something we still can't explain? And why did it all happen inside the most mysterious area on Earth, the Bermuda Triangle? On that fateful afternoon of December 5th, 1945, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale Naval Air Station in Florida. It was a standard mission, a 3-part navigational training exercise known as Navigation Problem Number 1. The plan was simple: fly east over the Atlantic for 120 miles, turn north for 73 miles, then head southwest back to base. On board were 14 crew members, including 13 student pilots and their commander, Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, a decorated World War II veteran. Taylor had over 2,500 flying hours, a trusted leader, a skilled pilot. There was no reason to believe anything would go wrong, but just over an hour after takeoff, things began to unravel. At 3:40 p.m., Fort Lauderdale received a disturbing transmission. "This is an emergency. We seem to be off course. We cannot see land. Repeat, we cannot see land." Lieutenant Taylor's voice was anxious, confused. He reported that both of his compasses were malfunctioning, and he wasn't sure of their current location. The weather, originally calm, had turned unexpectedly bad. Visibility dropped, clouds thickened, rain began to fall over the Atlantic. The rest of Flight 19, scattered in a tight formation, followed Taylor's orders, even though some pilots disagreed with his readings. For the next 90 minutes, transmissions grew more frantic. By 6:20 p.m., one final message crackled over the radio. "All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch unless landfall. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together." After that, silence. Flight 19 was never heard from again. As panic spread through Naval Command, a rescue operation was launched immediately. One of the first aircraft dispatched was a PBM Mariner, a large flying boat with 13 crew members on board. Just 20 minutes into its mission, it vanished. Witnesses aboard nearby ships reported seeing a fiery explosion in the sky and debris falling into the sea, but no solid evidence was ever recovered. In one night, 6 aircraft and 27 servicemen had disappeared without a trace. The U.S. Navy combed over 250,000 square miles of ocean in the largest search effort ever conducted at the time. But not a single body, not a single scrap of wreckage was ever found. Weeks later, a formal naval inquiry was held. Hundreds of pages were reviewed, including radio logs and pilot reports. One major conclusion was that Lieutenant Taylor may have mistaken the Bahamas for the Florida Keys, assuming he was south of Florida, when in fact he was east. That meant when he turned west, he was actually heading deeper into the Atlantic. But this theory had holes. Why did every compass fail? Why did multiple pilots remain confused, even the experienced ones? Why no emergency signals or sightings? In the end, the Navy's report concluded with a haunting phrase: cause unknown. Flight 19 disappeared inside what's now known as the Bermuda Triangle, an infamous area of ocean roughly bordered by Florida, Puerto Rico, Bermuda. Over the years, this triangle has gained a chilling reputation for swallowing ships, aircraft, and people. Among its reported incidents, the USS Cyclops in 1918, 309 crew lost. A C-54 aircraft in 1947 vanished mid-flight. Multiple pleasure crafts and cargo ships gone without a trace. In many cases, no distress signals were ever sent. No wreckage was ever found. So what exactly is going on in this part of the ocean? The theories. Number 1. Human error. This is the simplest and most accepted explanation. The theory says that Lieutenant Taylor was disoriented, misread his location, and flew the squadron further out to sea until they ran out of fuel and crashed. But if it was human error, why weren't any bodies or debris ever found? The TBM Avenger was known for its durability. Even if the planes ditched at sea, at least something should have surfaced. Number 2. Weather and microbursts. The Atlantic is notorious for sudden weather shifts. One possibility, the squadron encountered a microburst, a violent downdraft of wind that could force a plane into the sea within seconds. Combined with poor visibility and malfunctioning instruments, this could have spelled disaster. But how likely is it that every plane experienced the same failure at the exact same time? Number 3. Methane hydrate eruptions. Some scientists suggest underwater methane gas deposits might be the culprit. If a methane bubble erupts and rises to the surface, it could reduce water density, making ships sink instantly. If inhaled by engines, it might cause planes to stall. This could explain a sudden disappearance, but no such eruption was detected on that day. No satellite proof, no oceanographic record. Number 4. Aliens and dimensional rifts. Here's where it gets weird. Some believe the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to another dimension or a zone where the laws of physics behave differently. UFO enthusiasts claim alien abductions. Others suggest time warps or wormholes could explain the lack of wreckage. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But Flight 19's radio logs do show unexplained compass failure and strange atmospheric conditions, enough to keep the theories alive. 5. Magnetic anomalies. The Earth's magnetic field isn't uniform. Certain areas, including parts of the Bermuda Triangle, can affect compass accuracy. If Flight 19 flew into such a zone, it's possible their instruments became unreliable, leading to total disorientation. But again, that doesn't explain the rescue plane also vanishing, or the complete lack of physical evidence. It's been over 75 years, and Flight 19 remains missing. Search missions continued into the 1980s and 90s, and even recently, private groups with sonar equipment have explored the area. Some Avenger wreckage was found, but none matched the serial numbers of Flight 19's aircraft. The mystery endures. Did they crash into the ocean? Were they pulled into a current? Or did something far stranger occur? Flight 19 captured the imagination of millions. Books, documentaries, and movies have retold the story, most famously in Steven Spielberg's 1977 film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where Flight 19 reappears intact in the desert. The tale taps into something deeper, the fear of the unknown, the fragility of life in the vast sky and ocean, and the possibility that some places on Earth still defy explanation. With today's deep-sea scanning, AI-assisted sonar, and submersible drones, it's possible the mystery might one day be solved. But for now, Flight 19 remains a ghost, a legend, a warning, a chilling question mark etched in the waves of the Atlantic. So, why did 5 planes vanish in the same triangle? Was it weather, error, nature, or something truly extraordinary? No one knows for sure, but the Bermuda Triangle continues to whisper its secrets, and we may never fully understand what happened that day in 1945. If this mystery fascinated you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into real-life unsolved events. Got a theory about what happened to Flight 19? Drop it in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe out there.